So it's less about throw everything out there, be everywhere, pull back and ask, where can I be as an advertiser in a specific part of the industry, the world, within consumers, that's going to give you both the current, yep, I'm going to buy you, but also I'm going to be with you. And I think that's what you're seeing now is a lot more thoughtfulness to the strategies of where they're just putting their budgets.
Joining me at the Speaker's Corner, powered by the New York Stock Exchange, is Phil Schraeder. He is the CEO of GumGum. Phil, always wonderful to see you.
So good to see you, as usual, Judy.
Even better to see you here in Miami at Possible. So speaking of Possible, what excites you most about being here this year?
Okay. So I've been to Possible before, but this year what I find so amazing is for us at GumGum, we've been all about advertisers tapping into the mindset and the moments and emotional connections and leveraging tech to do that. And this year, after all those years, just seeing how receptive and how much that thesis of where the industry needs to go is really being championed by the advertisers, by so many other tech providers. So just the fact that advertisers and the industry want to get back to those magical connection and moments, you're feeling that throughout the entire conference, and it's awesome.
That's awesome. So now there is a lot of economic uncertainty right now. So how should advertisers be thinking about their budgets right now?
I mean, obviously, you need to be as thoughtful around where you're obviously putting your media spend, but I think you need to be thinking about your budgets with relation to what your strategy and ultimate goal is. So right now, during these types of times, this is where we lean in and see advertisers saying, I have this budget. Let's be vulnerable. Let's show our story. Let's tell our story. Let's be storytellers. And let's show everyone that we are a choice that you still want to make as a consumer because you understand we get you and you know more about us. So you're finding this shift into just the power that is just sharing and vulnerability and brands really going deep on that.
So now when cuts happen, what trade-offs make sense and which ones don't?
I think the trade-offs that do make sense is this focus on trying to just be everywhere, as many places as possible to get to some specific, say, immediate sales outcome, and leave a little of that behind while building a deeper connection and focusing on more effective ways and more authentic ways to connect. And so it's less about throw everything out there, be everywhere, pull back and ask, where can I be as an advertiser in a specific part of the industry, the world, within consumers, that's going to give you both the current, yep, I'm going to buy you, but also I'm going to be with you. And I think that's what you're seeing now is a lot more thoughtfulness to the strategies of where they're just putting their budgets.
So digital consumption, it's booming. How can brands make the most of it in tough times?
I think they have to be ready to think outside the box. Creative is still queen, as I say. And I think there are so many new creative solutions out there, so many new creative formats in areas like CTV, overlays, things that really allow you to stay connected to your audience in cost-efficient ways, but also be in the environments that consumption is specifically going to grow. We all know CTV, those types of environments, more and more is going to be consumed when we're in especially macroeconomic challenging times. How can we get creative as a brand to stand out other than just the traditional way you'd buy a 15 or 30-second ad spot?
And what makes tech, creative, and data such a powerful combo for advertisers today?
Because it allows to do what we talked about a little earlier. It's to find that niche of specialness that your brand can sit in. So we'd worked with the luxury brand. We worked with them. We found out that beekeeping was right now a really hot take for them. So beekeeping, luxury brand, okay, you can do so much with that if you're a luxury brand. Be thoughtful, more budget conscious, yet still feel you're with that community and that you're a part of that community. And that's going to help you today, but it's also going to help you in the long term as well. And have a place to stand out against your other competitors.
Okay, finally, Phil, what gives you the most optimism about where advertising is headed next?
Everyone is looking at ways to think outside of just the exploitation of personal data. People want to go back to the fact that if we can understand the moment and someone's experiencing, there's so much power in that. And I don't necessarily need to know what you bought yesterday and assume that that's what you're about. I don't need to know your age and how much income you make and know everything about you. But I can actually leverage amazing creative and tech just by sheerly taking a step back and trying to understand what you're experiencing. And that gets me super excited.
Well, Phil, always great to talk with you.
So great.
Thanks
Amazing.
for joining
Thank you.
me.
Thanks so much, Judy. This was a pleasure.